Hey guys, I'm Jaden. We are here with another video. Today, we're watching A Goat Digger That Became My Hero by My Story Animated. How about you check out her channel? Not link in the description because I don't know how to do that. But anyways, let's do this video right now. 1, 2, 3.
I looked at her and I knew right away that she was going to be my enemy for the next few months, just like all the others were. Her name was Ava. She looked stunning with her good-looking features and amazing athletic body. She obviously takes care of herself. But no, I won't let her get close to my dad. You see, my dad is rich. And by rich, I mean he could afford renting an entire island for 2 weeks just to relax.
What?
And no, he didn't inherit any of his money. He worked his way up from an ordinary salesman to a well-respected CEO who owns multiple companies. That's why I'm very cautious about the women who approach him. Gold diggers are everywhere, and if I don't pay attention, one of them might seduce him and get half of his money. Or worse, she might kick me out of the house if they fall in love and get married. Oh, you're asking about Mom? Mom passed away when I was 8 years old. She had cancer, and when the doctors found out about it, it had already spread throughout her body. It was too late for chemotherapy or any other treatment. Both Dad and I were devastated after her death. And here we are. Dad brought Ava with him. He looked happy when he introduced her to me. Hello, Caitlin. Come meet Ava. She works in fashion, and we may have business together. Ava smiled and said, Hi, Caitlin. I heard so much about you. Nice to meet you. I didn't smile back. I just stared at her with utter aversion. So Dad already told you about me? Ha! A whole minute of awkward silence passed while I was picturing her getting chased and bitten by my dog Jojo. This is nice. But then I had a fake smile on my face and said, Oh really? Nice to meet you too. Ava could feel that I didn't like her, but she didn't comment. Dad saved the situation by saying, I think Caitlin is tired. We'll be in the office. Dad and Ava left me standing in the living room. This was the first time Dad brought someone to the house. I usually meet them at his company or at the parties he hosts for his employees, but not in our house, not where he and Mom used to live. I went to my room feeling anxious. I need to find a way to push her away. Back in the day, I used to steal Dad's phone when he was sleeping, unlock it and send his girlfriends the most horrible messages and then delete them. Yeah, I knew his password. It was Mom's birthday, of course. And it worked. Dad wouldn't know why they broke up with him. He was so confused. Things went like that for a while until he caught me once. He yelled at me for not respecting his privacy, and since then, he locked both his room and phone. I woke up the next day and went to the kitchen to make some pancakes for Dad and I. To my utter shock, I found Ava drinking coffee there. Did she spend the night here? What the hell? Oh, now it's war. I asked her, Oh, good morning. Do you want some pancakes? She was surprised to hear my suggestion, but she said, Yeah, sure, why not? I started making pancakes, but I divided the batter into two. The one for my dad and I was plain old delicious pancakes, but the second one I put lots of salt in it. I tasted it and it was gross. Dad came in after a while. He too was surprised to see us both in the kitchen. I told them that I'll be bringing their breakfast. He was suspicious of me, but he didn't say anything. I told them with a fake happy tone, Go sit in the living room. I'll bring breakfast to you. And so I put the pancakes on plates with 3 glasses of orange juice. Ava's cup was garnished with a bit of black pepper. She needs to know what being shady tastes like. We started eating and I watched Ava's face turn into utter disgust. She choked when she ate the pancakes, and when she drank the orange juice, she started coughing hard. She almost spit her drinks out. I was laughing hard inside, but I just had my poker face. I watched Dad panicking, asking her, Are you okay? Is there something wrong with the food? I looked at her, daring to say something, but she kept quiet and said, No, honey, it's just my stomach. I'm going to get ready. She left the table while Dad and I kept eating. I was irritated that she didn't do anything, but that only meant that I needed to raise my bar and pull out my big guns. So from that moment on, I started messing with Ava at every chance I got. When Dad went out with her, I called him and pretended to be sick. When she's at the house, I would listen to loud music, spill the drinks over her dress by mistake, or even get on her nerves by asking about her exes. And she endured it all. That woman was cold as ice. So I had to go to plan B, which was stalking. If I wanted to get rid of her for good,
Stalking?
I need to know her
Okay,
secrets.
okay.
So one
Stalking.
afternoon, I went to the company
What
where she
in the-
worked and waited for her until she finished her work. Then I followed her to her house. And wow, she was rich. 2 luxurious cars were in front of her and a big pool outside. Wait, did I pass judgment too fast? Maybe she's not a gold digger after all. But while I was watching her, I saw her get out of the car with another man. He was super hot and attractive. Gotcha. I need to take pictures of the cheating that is about to happen and show them to my dad. They were still talking outside as I was figuring a way to enter the house. I noticed that the kitchen's back door was open, so I sneaked in before them. Her house was huge.
If they've had it with you, this'll help.
Yeah, don't
The new
take
Zax's
that
Pack
out.
for 2. With 8 chicken fingers, double the fries, 2 drinks, and that world-famous Zax sauce. Twice the flavor for just $14.99. Only at Zaxby's. Order ahead, drive-through, or get it delivered.
I got out of the kitchen and found stairs leading to the second floor.
Ow.
I climbed up them and I found a big wooden door with Ava's name carved on it. Oh, so that's her bedroom. I went in checking everything. Her room was more like a royal suite. A big queen bed, fancy
Okay,
carpets, and wow, a huge closet. How many clothes does she have? But I couldn't keep exploring because I heard their footsteps getting closer. I
Yeah.
panicked. I opened the closet and luckily there was a bit of
You hate
space
her
in the
when
bottom
you're
shelf.
looking at
I squeezed myself in and waited. I kept the closet's door slightly open to see what's about to happen, and my phone ready for taking pictures. Ava and the hot guy came into the room. They were still talking. Then she came close and hugged him tightly. I took 2 pictures and waited for what's about to happen. But surprisingly, nothing happened. She hugged him, then she gave him a few papers that were in one of her drawers. The hot guy left, and Ava stayed in the room. Ava changed her shoes and put on her PJs. Then she opened a little cabinet next to her, which turned out to be a refrigerator. She got out some snacks and drinks. Oh shoot, was she planning to stay here the whole night? How am I going to get out of here? I need to wait for her to leave. Time passed and I was still watching her. I got super hungry and tired. Finally, around midnight, she turned the lights off and went to sleep. I waited a little bit to make sure she was deep asleep, and I opened the closet to get out as calmly as possible. But just as I was getting my right foot out, I heard a clicking sound. Who is that? I kept silent for a moment, and the clicking sound kept repeating. I went back to the closet thinking it was Ava. She must have woken up or something. But no, the door was opened, and I felt someone walk in. I got goosebumps all over my body as I saw a man wearing all black going in. He looked around and then stood next to Ava's bed and looked at her for a moment. Then he opened the drawers and took out a box, opened it, and started taking out everything and putting them in a little bag he got out of his jacket. He's a robber. I started sweating, not knowing what to do. Should I call the police? But my phone went dead a few hours ago. Should I wake her up or keep it cool until he goes out? But I didn't have the time to think about all of that because the robber came straight to the closet where I was at. And as he was reaching his hand to open the closet over me, I screamed out at the top of my lungs, "Ava, wake up! A robber!" I pushed the door and kicked him. The robber was taken aback by my loud voice, and he fell on the ground. I ran straight to Ava's bed. She opened her eyes, annoyed and confused. I screamed at her, "Get up! You are in danger!" Ava woke up, but it was too late to run away. The robber was already up on his feet coming towards us. He looked pissed. I looked and saw a vase. I held it up and threw it at him. It fell on the floor next to his feet. Ava yelled at me, "Not this one, you idiot! It cost me $2,000. Really? Right now? The robber walked towards us, and that's when Ava had her serious face on. She stood in front of me and asked me with a strict tone, "Stay behind me." And just like in movies, I saw her fight that robber. It was clear that she'd been studying martial arts all her life. She
Better than
punched and
me.
kicked him like a badass.
Okay, that-
In 2
that
minutes, he
doesn't
was
look
on the
like
ground and she was
karate.
sitting on his
Not-
back.
not even
She looked
close.
at me
That
and
looks
said,
like
"Get the duct tape.
fighting.
It's on the kitchen counter." I was startled, but I said, "Oh, yeah, yes, coming." I ran downstairs as fast as I could and I got the duct tape. I knew where the kitchen was. I entered the house from the back door. Ava tied his hands and his legs so we couldn't move. Then she called the police who arrived quickly. Ava was still talking to the police when Dad showed up. I burst
That
out
what
crying when I
happens
saw
if you
him.
rob
Dad
her.
ran to me looking worried and said, "Where the hell have you been? I was worried about you. I called you like 1,000 times." Oh, now he'll ground me. I started sweating, not knowing what to say, but I heard Ava's voice coming from behind. She was spending the night with me. You know we needed a girls' night out. I was surprised, and I looked at Ava with eyes full of gratitude. Dad was suspicious. He didn't believe her, so he asked again, "Are you sure? She didn't bother you or something?" And Ava responded confidently, "Oh no, she actually saved my life. She saw the robber coming." Dad was silent for a while. He didn't know what to say. Ava left us again to check something with the policeman. And I said, "Hey Dad, I'm sorry for everything. It's just, I miss Mom." I burst out crying one more time. Dad hugged me tightly. "Me too, sweetheart. Me too." At the end of the night, Dad and I got back home. I couldn't sleep before I sent a long message to Ava, expressing how sorry I was and thanking her for what she did. I know that clinging to Dad was just because I was lonely, and I needed to let my dad live his life like he deserves. Right now, Dad and Ava are getting ready to marry, and I'm ready to go to college. I feel so much better thinking about my future, not Dad and his relationships. Oh, about that hot guy, he was Ava's ex. He came to take their divorce papers. What do you think of my story? Tell me in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos.
Yeah, sucker. Get out of here. Okay, guys. I'm gonna end the video right here. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe and notification bell to all so you can know when all my videos are posted. Bye.